I think this video perfectly highlights exactly what I and so many other people have been saying for quite a while now. Our brains process information in a specific manner. We work off of reality-based things. This is a phone. It looks like a Game Boy, but it's a phone. Right? And that's where the cleverness of the case comes, because it looks like something it isn't. Right? But both things are identifiable. You can look at that and go, well, I mean, obviously the picture's worn away, but nevertheless you can tell pretty much a Game Boy, right? You can identify that because that's what a Game Boy looks like, right? It doesn't register in your mind as anything else because that's a Game Boy. And then when you flip it over, you go, oh, that's a phone. Oh, that's neat. Your phone looks like a Game Boy, right? To identify, I can tell what a phone is. Game Boy, phone. These are easily identifiable things. We assign names to them so that we can reference them so that other people can understand, oftentimes without being physically in front of the object. If I were to say to you, I wish I had my phone with me, I'd show you my phone case is cool. Automatically you're thinking of this, a phone with a case that you don't know what it is exactly yet, right? But your mind generates the idea of a phone. So, the picture of it on the back, it looks like a Game Boy. And then you think of what a Game Boy looks like, and you can go, oh, I can picture that in my mind. I know what both of those things look like, right? But if I said to you, this is one of those old school Nintendo controllers, you'd look at it and go, that's a Game Boy. This is not an old Nintendo controller. I mean, yeah, technically it's the old Game Boy controller, but it's the Game Boy. It doesn't look a thing like that. It's gray. This is blue. Huh? And then, no, it's an old school Nintendo controller. Can't you tell? And I have it on my Cuisinart. You're like, that's your phone. What? Shit begins to not make sense to you, and your brain refuses that new information because it knows it's incorrect. Right? This isn't a fucking horse. Okay? This is a cheeseburger. It's Game Boy. This is not a buffalo. It's a phone. If I tell you otherwise, your brain goes, no, that's wrong. Right? So, this is going to be an interesting example of how in the modern day that simple philosophy can go wildly awry.
No, we're not doing credit. You're going to give me my fucking money back.
Excuse me, sir. There's a young man in here.
Alright, so there's your setup. A person is upset because they are being offered store credit when they would like to have cash. Right? Now, people at GameStop have been getting a lot of this lately. People are very upset about games when they first go out and they want to return them, and oftentimes the returns are not acceptable. I'm kind of working on a concept for this idea to think about this in a more legal way, because I think that there might be some sort of legal grounds here, at least in some cases. But I'm working on that, and it's the holidays. And I'm kind of working on that with somebody, so it's the holidays. This is going to take a while. But nevertheless, see, here we've got this situation. This person is upset, and now they're cursing. And somebody says, sir, could you please not curse? Because there's young people around.
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
Yeah, what the fuck, man? You can't tell I'm a girl? The hell? Like, you know what I mean? We identify things by how we perceive them. And if you see a, 6 foot, I mean, the guy looks, the The lady looks very tall. She's obviously got some muscle mass to her, some upper body strength. And she's got quite, she has kind of a deeper voice. So, there's a little bit of confusion here. Already.
I can call the police if you'd like me to. You need to settle down.
You need to settle down and mind your business, okay?
Both of you guys?
Ma'am, once again, ma'am.
I said both of you.
No, you said sir. Once again, it's ma'am.
I actually said both of you guys.
Alright, well, I don't think both of you guys is going to work out better. But nevertheless, let's review the tape and see if he actually did say sir.
Okay?
Both of you guys?
It sounds like miss.
Okay?
Both of you guys?
I mean, I hear like miss and sir in there. So I don't know. I kind of hear both.
Okay?
Both of you guys?
Alright, I'm going to slow it down a lot and I'm going to play it like 4 times in a row. We'll see what happens.
Okay. 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 Okay.
I don't know. I'm hearing miss and sir. So, I wasn't there. And this fine woman was there. So, and it sounded, to me it sounded a lot like I heard miss and sir. So, I don't know.
General.
Right beforehand, you fucking said sir.
Sir? Okay.
Okay. Now see. Like, this looks very well acted. I'm not saying this is an act by any means. I totally believe that this is really what's happening. But the absurdity of the situation. This kid behind the counter, his mind is fucking shattered. He is in a high stress situation. This lady is getting amped up. She's very upset. She's cussing, right? She's starting to make erratic gestures, pacing, right? She's getting worked up. And he's got to think about the store, the safety of the patrons, the safety of the staff, right? There's property liability in there. If this lady decides to go crazy and start fucking shit up, that could be damages. He's going to be responsible for that. This is obviously going to be recorded. And assholes on YouTube are going to be talking about it. And this is going to be a thing. And all of this is swirling around his mind all at the same time. And how do I diffuse this situation? But the one way for him to diffuse this situation is under the pressure of this situation. He has to force his mouth and mind to recognize an object, thinking of just human beings as the physical form, as an object, not an object. He has to recognize a person, a whole person with experiences and a life and meaning. He has to recognize this whole person as completely other than what they appear to be. Right? If this guy was screaming, "You're just doing this because I'm black," we would have the same situation. And people would be going, "You're not black, you're white. You're very white and blonde and very, naturally looking blonde." Like, what? Huh? It wouldn't make sense. But he can't, his mouth is just running on autopilot at this point, and he's just trying, this is something he does all day long. I'm very sorry, sir, that, we can't, he talks to people all day long and refers to them as sir and ma'am. But he does that when they appear to be the thing that they are. This is a very different situation. And he's just not, it's the connection's not being made at all. And it's almost comical to watch, to be like, I can't believe this dude's not figuring it out. And that's why I think so many people are like, he's doing this on purpose. He's just trying to antagonize this person. And I really don't think so. I just think that his mind is shattered at this point. He's got a million things running through it at once. And he's defaulting to training. Right? People in the military, I think, would get this in a big way. Right? I think you military folks out there, you need to comment that I'm at least maybe possibly right, that he's in a highly intense, for him, this isn't war, he's not being shot at, but for him in his daily life, this is probably high stress, right? So he's resorting back to training, and his training is you refer to people properly to calm them down. But he can't, because... What? We'll continue.
Motherfucker, take it outside. If you want to call me sir again, I will show you a fucking sir.
Yeah, let's fucking deal with this like men.
Apologize.
Motherfucker.
I apologize now.
See? He got it. He finally said, ma'am. It almost makes you want to take a sigh, because it's like, it's so tense. Getting right up into it, and then finally he said fucking ma'am. So you figure that has got to diffuse at least a little bit, right? Well, you know, in a perfect world, this situation would have never happened.
I need your corporate number, because I'm going to call them and talk about how I was misgendered several times in this store.
Well, see, now... that's going to be an interesting conversation, because now you're completely eliminating the visual element, right? You can see here the tight pants that are worn and all that they look like the style girls are wearing these days. I think I saw hot pink shoes. I think I saw what looked like a hot pink shirt tucking out underneath the hoodie. The long hair, the earrings, you can kind of... visually, you can kind of go, okay, I'd say at this point it's pretty obvious this is a trans person that doesn't pass very well. So this is probably where the problem is. But over the phone, you're going to hear, hello, I have a complaint. Exactly. All right, well, thank you, sir, for calling. We'd like to... you know, this is the complaint! And then this person's going to go fucking apeshit on the lady on the phone, or guy on the phone, because they're going to be referring to her as sir. Because now you don't even have the visual element of, ooh, I'm just not going to refer to them as any gender because I don't know which one to go with. You have none of that. You have this voice, and this voice sounds deeper. So, I really don't think that getting the corporate number is going to help a whole lot. But, whatever, it'll be interesting to see those news stories too.
I apologize for that.
I need your corporate number now.
I can get that for you if you like. That's not a problem.
Get it for me now.
I can do that. I'm going to ask you to calm down and stop cussing.
Give me your
Stop
corporate
hitting
number.
restaurant property.
Well, I'm going to ask you for the 5th time to stop calling me a man, because quite clearly I am not.
I want to isolate that and play it one more time.
Well, I'm going to ask you for the 5th time to stop calling me a man, because quite clearly I am not.
Because quite clearly, I'm not. I would say that the fact that this situation is even happening is because quite clearly there's a question there.
And I apologize. I'm sorry for that, ma'am. I will get you that number. Is that okay?
Yes, get it for me now.
I'm asking you to stop
Get it
cussing.
for me now. I'm not cussing. I'm not cussing. Get me the damn number now, please. Ooh!
He even said ma'am again, and then... like, I don't know. It does hit a point where you go, all right, I don't even know what's going on here. This guy could just be a fucking idiot, and he could just be fucking riling this lady up just for the views or whatever. I don't know, but it's like when he makes an effort, it happens. And then he goes right back into training again. Like that. I don't know. That's just the way it seems to play off in my mind. But as you know, I can understand as it continues on and it continues to happen. I can see how people are like, "This guy's a fucking dick." So, I don't know.
Ma'am, I apologize.
Oh!
I apologize, ma'am.
Yes.
I will get you that number right now.
Throwing the fence. Okay.
No, you're just gonna keep bucking your gums. You're just gonna keep bucking your gums and disrespecting trans people in this store, which I plan on telling the entire LGBTQ community. You're going to lose money over this.
Which now confirms exactly everything that he was pretty much probably scared of through the whole thing. So... yeah, I don't know, man. It's just... ma'am, sorry. Shit. What do you say? I mean, here's another problem. What if it was they? Right? Or Zer. It's Zer! Like, I mean, one could argue, well, now you're going absurd with it. But at the same time, I can argue these are problems that have happened. Like, people are upset because people won't refer to them as Zer. And most, 90% probably of people in this world have no fucking clue what Zer, what does that mean? So, what if it was something like that? Where this person referred to themselves as they and was upset because they were being called sir. And then when he started saying, okay, well, I'm sorry, ma'am, then there you go. It's still not right because, no, it's they. So now you have to deal with the clunkiness of, okay, well, can they calm down? And if they would stop cursing, then I'll go and get the number for them. Calm themselves down. Like, now we're doing oldie English here. Calm thyself. And that's going to go even worse because nobody's used to talking like that. So, but it has the feel of being a manufactured problem. A problem manufactured by this lady. Right? It has the feeling of that. When normal, average, everyday Joe sees this video, they see some dude freaking out about not being able to return his game and then turn it into some fucking trans thing. Well, I mean, you know... So, all of the people that are on the side of transgender, and all of the transgendered people that are into this sort of shit, and all of the people who want everybody to know how wonderful they are, they're all shit talking on GameStop and this dude because of this, because they just kind of go, yeah, I mean, it's obvious she's a girl walking around with a pink purse. Duh. Which is like a gender stereotype. I mean, you know, like it's all... But we're not mind readers, and when you're not a mind reader, and you're in a highly intense situation emotionally, and you got one person who's upset and another person who's upset and afraid, and one person who's upset and angry, and there's a lot of factors going on. I just think this fucking guy, he couldn't. There were points where he got his shit together and said, ma'am. And then he would immediately go, okay, sir. Like, I think it's the old training thing. I think that's what's going on here. For probably a year or two, this guy has worked here and referred to everybody as observed. And now he's being told that's not true. And he has to reconcile that reality in his mind probably for the first time. This is probably the first time he's ever had to do this. And now in this highly stressed situation going, I don't know. I thought it was interesting. I thought it was very interesting. I kind of like breaking down the psychology of it. I can definitely see the perspective of the nice lady, upset because store credit always sucks when compared to getting cash, and you know, I mean, if I was in a store and somebody kept calling me ma'am, I'd just look at him and go, "Why do you keep calling me ma'am?" Because to me, it wouldn't make any sense, and I'd be sitting there going, "I pretty obviously look like a dude. I pretty obviously look like a dude. Why do you call me ma'am?" And if that person was like, "Because I'm fucking with you," I'd be like, "Oh, well, okay. Well, I'm going to still refer to you properly, sir." And, you know, whatever. And if they were like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I can't tell," I'd be like, "Really?" Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I wouldn't fucking freak out about this shit. But this is the kind of world that people who get this kind of level of upset about this sort of thing, this is what the stress that they put themselves through. Because this is what matters most to them. This is what their existence depends upon. Being referred to properly. I mean, there's people that were saying that on Twitter. Denying the existence of this person. Well, they're not ignoring her completely. It's not like the argument is, "Why is nobody paying attention to me?" Right? They're denying the existence of the falsehood that's being portrayed, that they're seeing visually and hearing auditorially. It comes off as a lie. And for you ladies who would like to experiment with this, dress up like a dude and give yourself a fake beard, yet still talk in your high-pitched little voices. And people are going to look at you fucking funny and be like, "Dude, what's up with your voice? You sound like a little girl. And you kind of are short, and that looks like a fake beard. And you have really pretty eyes." You know what I mean? Like, we're pretty good at figuring out deception where we see it. And this is what it looks like to the average person. So, I don't know. I thought it was a great example. I thought it was very interesting to kind of point all this out. Obviously, I'm not trying to disparage anybody. I'm just trying to suss out in my mind what I think rationally is what happened here. I think it's sad that this individual has decided to live their life with so much enforced upon them stress. I mean, I don't know exactly how that's going to sound coming off, but, you know, like I said, if this same situation happened to me and somebody kept referring to me as ma'am, I wouldn't freak the fuck out and kick over boxes. I would, like, rationally be like, "That's very odd of you to do that." So it's like the reaction is very off, too. It's not like this person said, "Hey, cunt, get out of my store." Like, I could see getting angry. If you know, "Look, you fucking foul piece of shit. Get out of my store. We don't serve your kind here, sir." Like, I could see getting upset if that was what was going on. But that was not the case. So, I don't know. I'm rambling at this point. We're done. We're good. Yay!